Man, that's crazy to think about that. Like a lot of people are like as old as the internet or older. And shoot, I don't think about it. I think I'm older than YouTube itself.
I think so.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, I'm older than the internet.
Mm. So
Internet wasn't publicly available when I started out when I was a kid.
yeah,
It was computers were, but not internet.
yeah. But you know what is publicly available?
What is?
The next episode, which is right now a box of topics, because you never know what you're gonna get. I love the fact that I'm just able to segue that into anything,
Yes, you can. Anything.
anything at all, and I can't
Right.
wait. I can't wait till like when my editor, me, uh, proceeds to get all the different episodes. It's just a whole compilation of box
Oh, I
up,
was thinking of
because you
doing the
never know,
same
never
thing.
know, never
Yeah,
know what you're gonna
exactly.
get. Like man,
Yes,
that's
I
gonna
was
be so
thinking the
cool.
same thing. Make a compilation of
Hmm.
the intros.
Even that's gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
So also, so sometimes, well, a lot of times before I even start one of these, I'll end up be talking with my friends or whatever, asking them like, "Hey, what do you think I should talk about?" 9 times out of 10, I don't really get much of an answer, or I get little goofy answers.
Hmm.
But I will say, one of my friends was immediately like, "Whatever you do, don't talk about me." So I was like, "Man, you know what? You are absolutely right." So that's why I'm talking about you right now. No, no, he was being a meanie pants, so I gotta.
Oh, he was being a meanie pants. Oh,
Indeed.
we definitely got to talk about meanie pants.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I don't know what today. I made zero effort on trying to look nice, and everywhere I went, I got compliments of how nice I look today.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's kind of how it is. Whenever you don't really try that hard, and not like the whole laziness kind of don't try. It's the you're just doing whatever makes you feel happy, and you're not trying to impress others. That's when you impress others.
Yeah, because I just put on a simple dress, and then
Hmm.
I put on the dress was black and red, and then I put on these sandals that were black, and then I wore black hair, which is a rarity for me. Wearing black hair. I usually wear like some crazy color, but yeah, uh, yeah. It was just like wow. Everywhere I went, everybody just you're so pretty, you're so pretty. I was like, oh well, thank
Oh, hey, we have some viewers and a bunch of hearts. Oh my God,
you.
thank you.
Hey, RKS
Oh,
Mutual. Hey, you're
you're back. Hey,
back. AK-47. Hi,
that's hilarious.
it's me, Como. How you doing?
How you doing? Thank you for coming in.
It okay.
What
Do you know who Michael Kaiser is?
do I? I don't think I do, but I mean, shoot, if it is a fun person, I don't mind, viewing in, watching, supporting.
Ah,
That does sound like a fun name, though.
hey. Well, hey,
Awesome.
welcome to everybody. I'm glad to see everybody here.
Welcome to Box of Topics. You never know what you're gonna
Yes.
get.
Never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Yeah, so today was a very interesting day for me.
Mm.
Long. I've been up since I don't know, like 5:30 this morning. It was just like, oh my god, ugh. But yeah, it was super long day. Drove like many miles where I didn't want to go. Yeah, so it was rough. I just got back from a hike. I am just lounging and chilling. That's
Oh.
RKS Mutual. All right.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, hiking for fun.
Hey,
Woo!
props to you. I
I
mean, well,
know.
actually, I think I could just not upwards hiking, right? Like if it's a trail.
Then that's not hiking.
Well, there we go. I can't hike. There we go.
I
We just figured that out.
don't think hiking is walking through a trail. I think hiking is going up, right? Is is that right? RKS, you got to be going in an upward motion to be hiking.
Or
Otherwise, you
either
just walking
downward.
a trail, right? I don't
All
know.
I know is when I walked the trail with my friends, we had a wonderful time.
Yeah.
Skipping rocks and everything.
I am now walking a trail, and walking near water and lakes and all that kind of stuff. That's cool. Oh, and then when we were driving and we saw the little row of ducks,
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that's
then
so
a row of
cute.
geese too. That was nice.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
But
and I do find it funny. Okay, so I was also, telling some of my other friends about like our travels, how we saw these different places, all these different like vastly different looking communities. And there was like what did one of them look like? You ever played Sims? It was like, no way. I'm telling you, it's real. This little Sims community where all the houses kind of look roughly the same. It's real. It's a real thing. And then on top of that, it was so quiet. Like if if I drop a piece of cotton on the ground, it'll echo.
well, that's the difference between living in the hood where we stay and living in a neighborhood where it's quiet
You
and you
know,
can hear. I know when I went to your brother's house, he lives in a neighborhood. The lady was in her backyard talking on her cell phone, and I could hear her back there talking. I
oh
guess
hey,
my
Bada Bing's back.
challenging walk is a hike. Oh, okay. Yo, fam. Hey, bada bing.
How you doing? Nice
Hey,
to see
welcome
you again.
back.
Oh my god, I'm man, I'm already tripping over my words. There's two people come back the next time, and I'm already like, oh my god,
Oh,
honored and
yeah,
over.
honored. Yeah.
Yeah,
Whew, well, yeah.
man.
It's a
Now
good.
you know what? Now I get it. Now I fully understand. I never understood at first. Whenever like certain creators would feel like overwhelmed, or like when Kevin Hart was like, "Oh, the fact that he was actually able to get to Madison Square Garden due to all those people," he started getting emotional, and I was like, "Okay, I get it, but I don't get it." Now I
Now you
do.
get it.
Only two people, and I'm already like,
If you're out of breath, you're hiking. Oh, okay. Well,
oh,
there
okay. Well,
it
there
is.
we go.
Right. Well, then I guess I'm hiking every time I walk out the door. Lord,
You know.
I am exhausted from all the activity that I did, but I'm still healing from my surgery, so that's probably
Yeah.
why. But I guess I've been hiking and hoofing it all
For
week.
pretty much your whole life. What are you talking about,
Whew,
man?
baby. Yeah. So okay. Well, now we got clarification on that. All
That's
right.
cool.
Yes, but woo. So yes, drove many miles today. I think I probably put about 30 miles on my car, taking my friend to his procedure. And then, it was like hours waiting for him to get done. And then, I asked him, you want to go anywhere? You need anything? All this, took him. We stopped all the places that he wanted to go, all that. And then I dropped him off and then I came home. Now, there's been times where I've asked him for a ride. When you talking about being petty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he'll give me the ride. But he showed up. I had to be at work. I was asking for a ride to work. He showed up 2.5 hours early, dropping off to work an hour and a half early. And then when I'd be like, well, can I stop here? And he'd be like, you got one stop. And I was like, ooh, I should have been like,
Hey, can we go and get some food? I'm feeling a little famished after donating blood. Nah, you got one stop, bro. Straight on. I don't think that's safe. That sounds like a you problem. If you didn't want this problem, you know what you should have did? Got behind the wheel and started driving.
Exactly. But I was like, no, it was a medical procedure. So I'm gonna be nice.
Yeah.
Well, ooh, the petty Patty inside Princess Petty was like, oh, just one thing. You just out of the 7 things that he asked for, you can screw him on one. I was like, nah, I'll be nice.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be the same way.
Take the high road.
Because like at the end of the day, but with me, I tend to think about it too. Like I'll be like, I could be petty, but how would that make me feel in the long run? And I'll probably feel bad. You know what? Screw it. Just stick to what you know.
That's because you so sweet and young. Me, I don't feel bad. Nope. You get what you get with me.
Again, for me, it depends on the person.
Anyway, okay, so we didn't finish talking about we was talking about the crazy cat lady people.
Uh-huh.
And then we didn't get to I say the manic men with the dogs. Like, but yeah, it was so many dogs. I was shocked. Like, wow. I mean, do they publicize when people have a bunch of dogs too?
Pretty sure it's like in the Guinness Book of World Records or something.
What is too many dogs though? What's too many?
For again, the person, because for a lot of people, one cat is too many.
But my RKS says cat ladies, his mom is one. Oh, kindness pays eventually. That's what it says. Bada bing.
Yeah.
And then wait, RKS says some people selfish. Yeah.
I know I am.
Selfish?
Yes.
To
For my friends. I don't like sharing.
Oh, selfish with your friends. Yeah. I'm gonna say how, because you'll always be so giving. Yeah. To the point sometimes it makes me sick. Like
And when it comes to my friends and family, no, that's mine. And then I'll tell you mama said hi. No, you have a mom. But hey, you can tell your mom I said, what up? You know, like I'm not sharing my mom. No.
Oh Lord. RKS says she's always feeding the street cats.
That kind of cat person. The one where it's like, oh my God, you're so cute. Would you like some food? Mom, it's a stray cat for a reason. Yeah. And he needs food. Like,
no, the area we stay in, you can't put no cat food outside.
Then there'll be an armada.
Oh my God, wow. It would be so many cats over here. It's too many over here already that I'd be trying to get rid of.
Remember the one that was just like on our porch for the longest?
I would come home from work every morning and that cat be sitting there. I'd be like, cat, you don't live here. Go away. And that cat was just like, nope.
And the funny part is, even though
cat's got a certain parasite. Ooh. Right.
That don't sound good.
I don't mess with no cats.
See that? I wouldn't either. They got parasites. That's a scary word.
Yeah.
Like, hey, would you like this dog? They have a 25% chance of a parasite.
No.
Not good.
It's hard enough with having the people that I invite in that walk on 2 feet. I can't do pets. Pets require, it used to be you could have a dog and you could just throw him in the backyard and throw food out there every so often and that dog would be okay. Now dogs, you need a dog sitter. You got to have a dog bed. You got to have special dog food. Dogs require a lot these days. I can't, it just be like having another kid.
Shoot, that's how I feel about my guy friends. You be able to put a guy on a court and just throw him some water and food every now and again. He'll be fine. Now they need hugs and they got emotions. And apparently we can get sad. Like, who started that?
Oh my God, stop that. Men are allowed to have emotions. Whoever said men are not allowed to have emotions?
Other men.
They need help. They need help. But men are allowed to have emotions. That's okay. They built statues for cats. Oh, that's why they were worshipped in Egypt. They built statues for cats. Oh yeah, I remember. But they had what was the things called where it had the cat face, but it was the human body.
Oh, you mean like the human body and the cat? Well, yeah. Human face, cat body. That's a sphinx, right?
I thought it was the cat face and the human body.
Then that's just one of those normal Egyptians with like the mask on. Because they're like the other one that has like the jackal mask, and that's Anubis.
Nubis. Oh, okay. I was thinking about it had a cat face.
Nah, that's more so
jackal face.
Kind of like a dog, but it's called a jackal. And I'm like, nah, it looks more like a dog.
Well, jackals are like in the dog family. They just stay in Africa and they're wild.
And then they kind of also like foxes. So
it's probably a hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, most likely. Oh, Bada Bing say he'll be right back. All right. We'll see you when you get back.
Have a fun time.
Yes. Oh Lord.
That's funny though. No matter what anyone says they're about to go do, I always go, all right, have fun. I'm about to go to the restroom. Have fun. Why would I don't know, man. Maybe you about to take your phone.
Oh, these days restroom time is fun. I mean, people take their phone into the restroom.
They take their laptop.
Man, and they just be in there forever. And I'd be like, what are you doing in there?
I cracked the code on how to save the world.
Me too. I'm I'm gonna scroll around. Oh, okay,
Okay.
RKS too. All
Well,
right.
have a fun time.
Yes. But yeah, people take their electronics into the bathroom and they do all type of activities in there. I mean, it just be like, wow. I guess that's why they make bathrooms bigger because bathrooms used to just be like the shower, the toilet, and a sink. It'd just be that big because it
Yeah.
was like anything you had to do, it was just.
Like
But
the.
now they got like vanity tables and
Mm-hmm.
storage containers, and you walk into a bathroom, it's a whole room,
Mm-hmm.
like a little couch and chair set. I was like,
There's a
wow,
couch in here. Wow.
yeah. I've seen bathrooms where there's a couch in there. And I ain't talking about public restrooms either. I mean, going to people's houses. And they have like a couch. The one lady, she had a couch and like two chairs and a table, like off to the side. Then you walk over a little bit and it was a storage area right there for like all the towels and all that stuff. Then you like kind of go around the corner and then it was this big glass shower room. And then across from that, there was a vanity table. And then uh back on the other side of the shower, it was basically a shower room because it was enough room where like three or four people could fit in there. Then on the other side of the shower room, there was a toilet and it was like in a room where you could open and close the door. Then on the other side, it was like a vanity table. And then when you walk past that, that was the double sink. And then it had like storage under that, some drawers, all that. Which, like, it's amazing. Like, I was like, wow, and I was like, my whole room could fit in this bathroom, plus my room, plus my bathroom. And I was like, wow, you know, you be surprised, like, well, other people get to live like this, like every day. You be kind of in awe.
The only question that's been going through my mind this entire time is what's the table for?
The vanity table?
What's because it's a bathroom. Like unless that's just
Oh,
only
no.
for baths.
No, 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 no. A vanity table is where it has the big LED mirror. It's got the drawers, and it has all the makeup.
No, I know that. It's just when you were talking about the couch, the chairs, and then a table. What's the table for?
Your magazines, I guess. I don't know. It's just like a little seating area in the bathroom. Like,
damn.
I guess you can sit in there while somebody is taking a shower. You could be drinking tea while you wait on them to get out the shower. I don't know. I don't know why it was set
I'm just
up
saying,
like
like if the bathroom, like if the laboratory part is part of the bathroom set, couch being there makes no sense because that's just a anytime, like okay.
That's that lavish living. I don't know.
Yeah.
I personally couldn't have a seating area in my bathroom.
I'm actually really curious. What happens if I go to my home screen while I'm doing this?
And then it
Well,
dies
then,
back.
I was about to go and look at that list real quick.
List of what?
Oh, the other topics that
Oh, well, I got
yeah.
a good one, and this is be for any women out there. I drive a truck, a large truck. So every time I'm backing up or whatever, I always get some guy that wants to direct me. Oh, you can come on, baby, you got it. I'm like, no, I do. I have it totally. I don't need you to direct me, especially when you done parked over here like an idiot. How are you gonna show me how to back up or anything in my vehicle when you ain't even manage parking 101? But you trying to tell me how to park? Like, dog, get out of here with that. I cannot stand that. Like, just oh no, I just leave it alone. Just go on about your business. Leave. I just because I'm a woman does not mean I cannot drive a large truck. I can do it. There's a lot of other things too, where because you're a woman, people be like, my friend Tim made a comment about women drivers today, and I was like, man, you say that? Why I'm driving you in my vehicle? At any point in time, we could pull over and you could just get out. Would that be mean?
You mean to tell me there are some guys out there that don't realize you guys are perfectly capable, equal human beings that know exactly what everything is and meant to do?
Nope.
That's crazy. So you mean to tell me their thought process is literally, she wouldn't know. She like a princess. Like, have they not seen recent princesses? They all know how to fight, like
It's like Mulan,
dangerously well.
where he was like, "You're a woman. Why would I listen to you?" I'll be glad when we get out of that. I'll be glad when women are considered equal and not emotional and crazy. And just in anything you do where you're not being a complete robot. And then I will be glad when men no longer have to be a robot and you realize men have emotions and feelings and things of that. I'll be glad when we can let go a lot of stuff that is is like, oh my God, why does it still exist in 2025?
Well,
You know?
funny enough, the script kind of swapped around a little bit. It's still the same exact problem. It's just now the script has flipped. Well, why guys are always so emotional and weird? Like, oh my god, like that. That's now usually a complaint. Like,
Really?
yeah, if any kind of person tends to find a guy like actually upset, they're like either a don't know what to do, or it's like, what are you crying for? Be a man.
Well,
So
I still
that's
don't get that. I mean,
I don't understand it
yeah,
either.
I remember when y'all were little and y'all would, if you cry about something, I remember this one guy was telling me, because we were at the bus stop. Oh God, if you wait for a bus in Detroit,
You're gonna be waiting.
oh my
You'll
God,
be
that
waiting
is
so
like
long. You'll be sitting there
hours.
like, wait a minute. Can I just make it if I walked?
Lord, it's hours of your life you'll never get back.
No, you
But
didn't
waiting
even.
for a bus in Detroit in the winter time, oh God, you're make sure you wrap up because you are gonna freeze to death.
Even
So
if you wrap up, man.
my child was we've been waiting on the bus now for about an hour and 15 minutes. And so my little one starts crying because he was cold. So I took him and wrapped him up in my coat and I had him put his feet on my feet. So, his feet wouldn't make contact with the snow or be on the ground. So as he's crying and I'm like telling him it's okay and give him hugs and kisses, this guy's like, ugh, he a boy. You kissing on him, you gonna make him I ain't gonna say the word because it's offensive. So I was like, oh, he's 3. What should I do? Punch him in the face and tell him to man up? And then he was like, oh, I was just saying, I know what you're saying. Shut up. I don't want your opinion. Nobody asked for it. And I was like, I'll do with my child as I please. How about that?
Which honestly, I can always think of like operative words that mean roughly the same thing that isn't that word because that word in question would be offensive, or something that's
It's nothing.
kind of rhymes with
Yeah,
it.
nothing. None of the, no, not even. There are no words. Stuff that people said in the past against other people, there's no words that you can say similar to it that's not offensive. I think anything you say derogatory against anybody is offensive, period.
True.
I don't think it's nothing you can, well, I'll just say this is nope. If it's anything derogatory, then it's offensive.
I
And
know.
I don't like when people say offensive things about anybody.
I know. For me, I definitely feel like there are definitely words that are like due to the history of it and how it's used, it's definitely a much higher tier. But at the same time, all those words are still negative regardless. And what a lot of them, you know, I feel like there are even some where it's like when it comes to like us, if we hear it 9 times out of 10, it won't even register as like an insult. You know what I mean? Something that sounds so first grade. It's like, what did you?
I don't
Huh?
care. You say something derogatory, I'm taking offense. I don't say nothing. If you ain't got nothing good to say, then don't say nothing at all.
Like if
I
somebody
don't
walk up to you and call you a doo-doo head, you're just gonna sit there and just wonder, what? Like,
yeah, I don't like when people say derogatory things to anybody. Because it's like, who are you? Who put you in charge? Who made you the keeper of what's okay? Nobody here, as far as I know, God hasn't took the keys and handed them to him and was like, hey, you're in charge while I'm not around. As far as I know, I haven't seen that. So mind your own business and let if anything is happening that God don't like, he'll take care of it. He did it all the time in the past in the Bible. Is written down. He took care of it. So if there's something going on, I don't need you to get his part. He got it.
You know what? That kind of reminds me of something else entirely. So you know how we have the police force that's usually protecting and serving and doing what they can to ensure safety across the city and all that. The one thing I'll never understand is the citizens arrest. Who started that? Because that is by far one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. Like, you're not getting a medal. They're not going to give you a Nobel Peace Prize. And if I'm sitting somewhere minding my business and somebody comes up to me randomly and just go, "This is a citizen's arrest. We're waiting for the police." Get away from me. Like, no, because this is gonna turn into an active. No, get away from me.
I can tell you where that comes from, but nevertheless, it's a old school racist thing. So that's where that
Ah,
comes from.
that explains why I only saw one kind of.
Yeah, you're not gonna see anybody that is of color making a citizen's arrest to anybody. I don't think I've ever even heard of that in history where that's happened. But um, with the new laws and stuff that's coming out, less and less of that is happening. You know, and once again, social media.
And
We no longer have to wait for somebody to tell your story. You can tell your own story at any point in time. Go live. It can go viral. People who act badly in the past, who was doing it and not being put on blast, that's. I can't say enough about how I think social media is actually a good thing.
yeah, there's a lot of random. There's a lot of what the heck is this garbage? But for the most part, it does bring forth a lot of awareness. And I will say, usually the whole citizens arrest thing is the exact same song and dance. Some random person is like, "Hey, you boys got a permit?" Why you gotta call us boys like that? It's a citizens arrest. We're waiting for the police. All right, Karen, get away from me. Usually that's always the
That's not stuff you're saying.
how.
It is.
Which, funny enough, that's another thing that I find just odd. That now the word Karen is it's that funny enough. It was said that that word is now just as offensive as the N word.
It depends on who you're talking to, because it don't bother me. But
I'm gonna tell people this right now. There's not enough history to even begin to try to even coincide that.
well, I it's just people got away with so much for so long, and now they can't get away with it, and it's like now they want to jump on the bandwagon of, oh well, I'm offended and this that and the other. Whew. But it's like you like I said, anything that anybody says derogatory towards anybody, I'm not down for it, regardless. I mean, it's a lot of wrong that has been done to certain groups and all that kind of stuff, but you don't make up for it by being equally as wrong. Two wrongs don't make a right.
But three
So,
left still.
so yeah, it's like it just comes to a point where it's like just don't dwell in the past, but make sure the past doesn't get repeated either.
Which honestly is more so a thing that the ones in power or the higher up people need to understand more than anything.
It's not that they don't understand it. It's just that I think everybody that's of power is too old. I think everybody that's holding a political position or they make the rules and regulations, I think they just too old.
Well, of course they are.
They just don't understand anything in the youth because and I'm not young either, but I do understand youthful ways. I do understand youthful concepts. And then when you have people that get in power and be like, "No, we're going to make it this way and I want to see it this way." And this is no. You're supposed to, when you're
For the
in
people.
leadership, you're supposed to take under consideration people's voices,
Hmm.
and you're supposed to make things that go along with what your people want.
You
That
know,
makes a great leader. Just doing whatever you want and forcing people to go along with it, that's not a great leader. That's a
no.
dictator.
And we signed off on that a long time ago. There's a reason why there's the thing of the people, for the people, by the people. Not of the government, for the government, by the government. Like, no.
That's how it works now.
It's
Everything is just everything is to cater to it's definitely just letting the poor just die off. It's just trying to take everything away from anybody who doesn't hit that certain line. And it's like, wow, how can you be so inconsiderate and just not caring about people? Like,
my thing is, I feel like okay, okay. I feel like some of those people do need to be put in like one of those little simulations. Like, oh, this is what you want to happen. Okay, let's see how well society goes with this said, thing. Or if they was to be like some, oh yeah, just all poor people, yeah, and then all of a sudden from the bottom, the infrastructure starts crumbling, and then you're like, well, why are all the buildings falling? Well, sir, we would have a lot of janitors, workers, and all types of stuff like that, but you got rid of all the poor people. Oh, well, at least we have the middle class people. See about that. They were doing fine too, but now that all the lower people left, now they don't have anyone to help hold them up, so now they're crumbling too. Wait, if they're gone and they're about to be next, what does that mean for us? So I quit. Like,
yeah, they, I don't think any rich person that has never been poor could understand working class people, working class issues, what people go through, how people struggle just to do their daily things. I don't think they can really get an understanding of that.
no, you can't. The same way how I'll never fully be able to understand what it's like to be a female.
I was just about to say the same thing.
I
Like,
can't.
I teach my children to be good people, but I will never know what it is to be a man. I'll never know. So I don't even try to say, oh, well, this, that, and the other, and other. No. People, because I hear it all the time, like a single woman can't raise a man. And to a certain extent, that's true. I can raise a good person. I can raise a responsible person. I can raise somebody who respects other people, themselves, and other people's property and their own property, all that type of stuff. I can do that. But the man stuff, no, I can't because I've never been a man. So I can't teach man stuff.
Which, to that, I personally feel like is a sexist connotation. Very, very sexist. To say that a woman can't teach a boy how to be a man. I feel like, and this is coming from a man, that that's highly untrue because who raised me?
I know. But I know, well, see,
Huh?
I went above and beyond though,
Huh?
also though, to try to make sure y'all had like good male figures in your life as well. But nevertheless, though, I mean, in pure honesty, I mean, I admit that I could never teach you like the secret man codes and all that other kind of stuff that men you learn from one man to the next.
Yeah, because that's same thing. It's like unwritten rules. You don't teach it. You just learned it on your own, or it just kind of comes to you naturally.
Right.
But again, out of all the male figures I've ever had in my life, Mom, you're the best one. What are we talking about right now? Like, huh?
Well, see, yeah, like I say, I'm not cut from the same cloth like a lot of other people. That people tell me that all the time. I'm not like typical. I don't do typical female stuff on anything. So that's probably where I stand out and a little different. But nevertheless, though, I definitely that's my story and I stick to it. Like, I can definitely teach you to be a good person.
Hmm.
Oh, for sure. And to be respectful
Hmm.
and to demand respect, because that as a human you are supposed to have that.
Hmm.
And then other things too, and then I don't do the whole a lot of females do the whole, oh well, your daddy did me wrong, so now I'm gonna do the kid wrong. They ain't got nothing to do with you. They ain't got nothing to do with you. If you can't take it out on that person, then swallow it. Then if you can't get the person who doing you wrong, don't do the kids
You
wrong.
know,
They
the
ain't got
whole
nothing to do with
sins of the father rest upon the son. Whoever made that up, you are a petty and
that.
spiteful individual. Like you are just, man. I know you don't go to sleep well at night, knowing dang well you can get your exact revenge. Like man, and then on top of that, this is why I personally say all the time. And sure, it may sound like a joke, but I do feel like I can make for a really good mom. Like I could have a daughter and single-handedly teach her how to be a successful young woman. I know I can because for me, at least coming from you, it doesn't seem that hard. For a lot of people, it seems difficult, to raise a child. It's like, oh, I don't even understand them. For me, it's, you're just taking care of another human being. And that's all it is at the end of the day, regardless of where they stand, how they, are, who they tend to be in the future. It's another human being, and that's all it kind of boils down to at the simplest form. Now, after that, you know, let's say I have a daughter, and my daughter wants to be a son, or wants to be a they, them, or a rainbow. Well, now I got a rainbow, but it's still I'm gonna still talk the same way I talk to every other human. How you doing? How's your day going? You got something you want to talk about? Is there anything you need help with? Hey, so this one time I was down at the store and this guy named Johnny came out of nowhere. The same thing because I treat everyone equally, no matter what it is. And I feel like that alone is all you need to raise anyone into a functional human being,
Yeah,
regardless of who
for
they
the
are.
most part, that is all you need. You definitely, it's like,
Which, of course,
yeah, you
out of the
definitely,
expenses part.
you you definitely, that's all you need. And kids are not expensive. They are expensive as you make them.
Yeah.
Because I trust and believe when you have a baby, the baby is not saying, "Hey, I'm not gonna go in that $20 stroller you just bought. I need that $750 Louis Vuitton stroller that just
You
came
know
out."
what, bro? I'm gonna tell you this right now. If I don't look like the boss baby the second I come out, I'm not doing my taxes. I just like, huh?
Yeah.
What, the junior? Hey,
I mean, it is an expense, but as far as being super expensive, it's not. If you just manage things properly, because I had 5 kids. I gave birth to 5, and I mothered way more than that. And I managed. I fed troops. It was one time we had like 19 kids over here. One time, everybody
mm-hmm.
ate. Everybody ate good
And
too.
I had seconds.
Seconds, thirds, fourths. Took some containers home. It's you can manage it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
You
It's
gotta work
not.
smarter, not harder. It's
Yeah.
not a hard thing, and that's
Yeah.
why I know definitely I could get that for you.
Now
But that's why I know definitely at this moment I'm not financially ready to be a dad, but I am mentally there.
I
Oh yeah.
don't think it's ever a time where you are completely 100% ready for kids. People, I've heard people that plan for kids, and I heard of people who like, oh
Well,
shoot, we pregnant, and then you gotta. I don't think it's possible to be 100% ready at any point in time, whether you plan, whether it just popped up,
well,
whether you
I
didn't
guess
want and you ended up.
let me go ahead and recite. I am 100% excitedly ready. Like I'm just like, whenever I get my own little mini me, I'm like, I got one, and that's ready to give all kinds of love and care to that small little individual who can't hold their head up for the first 5 months. I'm ready for that. You know,
Some can't hold their head up for the first 5 months. I didn't see proof that that's not true.
you know,
All babies are not the same.
nope, no two babies are the same.
Never,
Hmm.
never.
But man, I tell you, because anytime I hang out with any of them and they, oh hey, them, they grow to just be like, I'm
Oh,
like
you
Santa
are a
Claus.
child magnet. I swear to God, always have been. The
Hmm.
kids love you. They love you. I don't know what it is, but you got the baby magic. I swear. They just love you to pieces. As
I
soon as
feel
they
like I want
see you,
that
they
as a
be
title.
excited. I'm just like, I'm here too. Like, sure.
I mean, that's how a lot of my friends are. Or like, I was hanging out with my lady friend. We went to go visit her brother, and her son was like, she walks in first. I walk in after. He immediately, hi, Daphne. And I'm right here. Like,
Yeah, that's how I go.
yeah, and
Anyway,
and I'm only saying because it's like a lot of people will do the whole baby talking and everything like hey little guy and I'm like why are you talking to him like that? He's a sponge. He's gonna what if he starts talking like that? Then what are you gonna do? But me, I just hey there young fella, how's it going? How's everything going with you? You learn anything new? And there was one time I'm telling you, I'm sitting down with a baby on my lap and the baby's just sitting there listening to me while I'm just like, oh yeah, I was just chilling at home, having a nice time. I tried to eat some hot Cheetos. They went missing. Don't know what happened to them. And he's just sitting there listening the whole time.
hmm,
And then anytime he starts, I'm like, really now? That's crazy.
I do that all
You
the
know?
time. They be just, I know it's different. And I be like, really? Is that? Oh my God, that sounds like a lot.
Man,
Yes.
that reminds me of why I have to do my taxes. Honestly, not that hard when you first get into it.
Doing taxes?
Oh yeah, it's not hard at all.
Oh, with the gift of internet and all these
Man,
programs
I
and
swear,
stuff out
I
there.
feel so bad for those in the olden days who didn't have that and had to do the calculator, and it was pretty much
Ooh,
homework.
that was painful. It
Yeah,
was super painful. I've seen it in progress where it's like, oh my God.
carry the one. Got to put on the glasses, grab the calculator, and then you have a bunch of receipts near you by for some reason. Man,
Oh, it was tough. It was real tough.
I'm so.
I've seen I witnessed some of that, like, whoa. Okay. Yeah, but
When I get older, I'm gonna get myself a rocking chair and probably a typewriter.
why would you want a typewriter? You just want to feel,
Ding!
feel feel part of the of
Yes,
some nostalgia.
this is something, man. I
Hey, you don't
used
even
one.
have to type anywhere. You can just say stuff to you,
I
and the
don't.
words are just,
That's too. No,
and
that's.
you want to type.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, hey, teach his own.
And that one's too easy.
Not me. I grew up with that old school technology. No thanks. I will never go back.
I saw one in grandma's house and I was like, yo, you have one? And I was just on that boy for the whole day. Just
I
ding,
remember
man.
the day my mother bought an electric typewriter. I was so excited.
They
Like,
come in
oh my
electric?
God. Yeah.
I didn't
They
know
got
that.
a manual and then the electric one. The manual one, it would be in a little case. And for some reason, they both was equally the same amount of weight for some reason.
Yeah.
But you would have a little case that you could put the top over it and clamp it down,
Mhm.
and then you could carry it around.
Yeah.
And they had the manual one. That's the one where you hit the lever and push it all the way across.
Uh-huh.
And then you hit the space bar and the little thing will roll up. And they had the little, if you was making copies, you'd have the little black carbon paper that you would put between the paper.
Mhm.
Oh my God, I can't even believe I'm saying all this. I remember all this. It was like, oh my God, it was a lot.
I thought in order to make a copy on a typewriter, you had to copy it yourself manually.
That's what it was. If you needed 27 copies of a letter, then you had to type each letter 27 times. That's how it started. Then they came out with the carbon paper, and you would put it between the sheets of paper, and you would type, and then you would get. I think you could get it as many as maybe 5
I knew it'd
copies
be like 5.
at one time. I think maybe it might be pushing it though. And then the electric typewriter, yeah, woo, that thing was a lot faster, and it would hit the thing so hard. You put of course, my brother put his finger up there. I
My
was like,
finger.
oh no, there's no way. And then you hit the return button, and it fly back on its own. Yeah, but oh yeah,
Yeah,
there's
man.
no way I would ever go back to that old school. I guess it's great and fun if you ain't have
If
to.
you've never had it,
You ain't
yeah.
have to go through it. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
like the dial-up phone, man.
Oh yeah, the first time I had one of them brick phones, oh, they or
No,
the rotary phone.
that's what I'm talking about. The dial-up, the
Yeah,
rotary phone.
man,
That one,
ding,
yes.
ding, yeah. But I'm telling you, one of these days, somebody's gonna see some dapper, talk me in the future, and I'm a. Excuse me, sir. This is a vintage shop, correct? Yes, there is. Anything you need? You guys got a rotary phone and a typewriter?
Yes, they do.
Yeah?
That's,
You're about to
that,
buy
it's just
one?
like
Yep.
everything else. They bring back retro stuff. Everything that was old is new again. Like they brought back the Sega. They brought back the Nintendo. They brought back record players. Oh my God. I never thought I'd see a record player ever again once they went out.
I
They
knew
brought
I'd see
those
one
back.
again.
That's crazy. So yeah, electric typewriter. Somebody is going to be like, oh well, I want to feel the keys up under my fingers, which a laptop simulates that, but nope. Somebody is going
It's
to
too
want.
flat. Everything blends together.
Yeah.
If I do this motion over my keyboard, I can press every button. But with a typewriter, can't do that.
Actually, you can.
Well, I mean,
Electric.
yeah, but no, I don't want the electric one. I want the one where all the
You
keys
want the
stand up.
manual.
Yeah, click, 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 click,
Oh, no.
click.
I never
Ding.
would go back to that. Yeah, but like I said, you get excited about it because you
I've
didn't have to
never-
suffer through it. Yeah.
Yeah, like a grandfather clock.
That's like going back to having an outhouse
Exactly.
instead of having a bathroom in the indoor plumbing. Like go back to pumping water in the well and having an out. Oh, there's no way I would ever go back.
The only reason why I'd ever have an outhouse wasn't even really to use it, ever.
Just for decoration?
Just to exit out of it. I'd go in, like it'd never be used, right?
Yeah.
I'd go in, probably read a newspaper because want to feel old, and then right when I'm about to leave out, that's when I play All Stars by Smash Mouth. So he once told me
no.
that would be the only reason I get an outhouse, and they'd be like, "So, oh, that's an outhouse again. How can you tell? He's playing the song from Shrek."
Ugh. To have an actual outhouse on my property, that would be so nasty. No, I can never go back to that. I've never had an outhouse, but I've heard about them. Ugh, that is. And then if I did have one, it would have to be far, like far, far, far. I would have to have 10 acres of land. It would have to be on the back corner of the land, all the way back there, because the animals that go after I can't even. Just the
Again,
thought.
it wouldn't even be one to you. It for decoration, just for me to leave out to that one song.
Oh, that would be crazy.
Heck, it wouldn't even probably be a toilet in there. It'd probably just be a chair.
Ugh. Anyway, it's gross.
The
But
world was gonna roll me. Walk back into my house.
That's my dream, though. Like we live in a city where you can walk to like a gas station or a store within blocks. I want to live in an area where I need a golf cart or a four-wheeler to get around my entire property.
Well, I mean, heck, having a 4Runner wouldn't be too bad.
A 4Runner, I think that's
Come
a
on.
truck. A Toyota 4Runner. I wouldn't mind having that either. But no, a four-wheeler. I wouldn't mind having enough property where I need a four-wheeler to get around my entire property.
I made a joke about somebody in my family having the TV so large where you have to run to get from one side of the TV to the other.
Ooh,
And
like a 200-inch screen, something like that.
Yeah, kind of like the ones that be having like at the movie theater. You just got that for your house.
That.
You got to go all the way in the back just to see the full screen.
Yeah, I would love that. If they start making, which eventually they will, they're gonna have like a 200-inch screen, 300-inch screen. They everything is bigger and less heavy and more technology and all this other kind of stuff. So they're gonna make that. Especially if there's a market, somebody gonna.
So, sir, how are we gonna get this
In your house?
in your house?
Ooh.
Come on, we've been over this. grab the helicopters, take off the roof, hold
and
it,
lower it in.
put the TV in, mount it up with several guys, and then put the roof back on. It's not that hard. Just make sure none of my kids are upstairs.
That would have to be a house built from the ground up, and you get it in there before you finish putting your walls and stuff in. That's the only way that could get in there. Other than that, no. You'd have to destroy your house to
Take off
get
the
something like that
roof.
in there.
Make sure my
Yeah.
kids aren't upstairs. Put the TV in. Put the roof back down. And then we seal in all the cracks. It's not that hard.
Yeah, you got any type of corners where you have to turn the corner, you're not gonna have no 200 screen TV. It's just not gonna happen. 200-inch screen. But hey, whatever.
Get the double doors, open them both up, and you just walk the whole thing in with like 10 guys, and then they ever so slowly but surely turn it into the main room, place it on the wall, and go, "Ah, crap, we didn't think this far. We need a lot of hooks."
Whew, that would be something now.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, all the people that were here, they all left us.
Oh no.
Yes. So I guess we'll just have to talk to each other. Oh, but wait, that's what we do all the time anyway.
Well, that's true. That's the fun beauty of it. Although I do really want to just real quick just go look at that list. I know we'll pause this again, but it's like
Look at what list?
the list of the topics I had.
Save it for the next one.
I keep forgetting to look at it.
We only got 10 minutes left on this one.
Aw.
So, yeah. Save it for the next one. For some reason, I keep making a list of things I want to talk about, and my list keep disappearing.
That's why I like send it to myself after.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, because every time I leave it in my my text messages in my draft, it's gone. Just
disappear. Like
disappear.
Thanos himself was like,
yeah. That's the third. No, that's definitely the second time that's happened. So I'm like, it's getting to be highly suspect. Yeah, definitely gone. Like, okay, phone. I think this phone is evil anyway. It's definitely time for a new one. Maybe not. Long as it still keep ringing and it picks up when I hit the button, I'll just keep it. And probably 10 years from now, and be like, wow, you still got that Samsung? Yes, I do.
yeah. Probably the same story would be.
Yeah, because phones cost so much these days.
And they offer so little.
Man, even if it gave you a lot, I mean, $2,000 for a phone?
See, for me, after a minute, I just sit there and go, why does this small device cost more than the gaming system I have downstairs and about as much as the vehicle out in the driveway?
You can live in $2,000. That's a couple of months' rent.
Yeah.
You can live, actually have a couple of bedrooms for $1,000, especially some of these places in Detroit. For $1,000 a month, you could have 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. But
yes.
I don't paying that much for a phone. I don't. Oh.
Yet they don't want to raise the money they give us. How?
Even if I had hundreds of millions of dollars to spend, still $2,000 for a phone.
Okay, so me, only if it's like my birthday, right? That'd be about it. Like,
even then, that's a lot of money.
Like if I have so much money to the point where certain things just don't matter. Like once it gets to the point where an $1,000 price to me looks like a $10 or $1 price, like it's not that bad. I have a lot more. Then yeah, something like on my birthday, then yeah.
Well, trust and believe. I spent $2,000 or $3,000 because I think the iPhones is going up to $3,000, ain't they?
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
If I'm gonna spend $3,000 on a phone, it's gonna be my phone for a minute.
Well, of course, yeah. I'm not. No. My personality don't change just because my pockets do.
Lord have mercy.
I still be,
Still be Devin.
Like I'm keeping this. But there's a new one coming out. Well, I still got this one. So until this one stops working altogether and blows up, I'm not
switching.
I got
to see the line for the new Switch that's coming out.
Oh, yeah. You did call me about that. You was like, there's a lot of people lined up in front of GameStop. And I'm like, GameStop? They never get any customers. Well, happening?
Oh, that's terrible.
Well, I mean, now that everyone can buy everything digitally and you can Uber everything, why go? You can Walmart order your PlayStation right now. Go ahead, do it. But yeah. And then when he was telling me that, I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. The only reason why people be lined up in front of a GameStop is if there's a new Call of Duty coming out, which there always is, or if the Switch 2 is now out. It's got to be one of those two things, because that's the only two things that keep happening. Either a new system or new Call of Duty. That's it. And then you was like, well, let me ask them. Hey, what are you guys all out here for? Well, we're here for the Nintendo Switch 2. Ah.
Oh, it comes out at midnight tonight. I had to look it up because I was like, they were, when I was there, they were already lining up.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's a midnight release of the Switch 2 tonight. When I was like, okay, yeah, because I was saying for them to start lining up now, I was like, is it going to be tonight or is it going to be like tomorrow? But I mean, to line up now to try to get it. Well, I was out there earlier, so that was around 1:00. So, woo, that's a long time to be sitting outside, and it's been raining today too. And
hey, they got tents.
well, no, I didn't see any tents. The lady that was at the front of the line. I mean, of course, she was cool because she was right there up under the bricks and stuff. But the people who was out and at least the sun went down. I mean, I don't know. Sun down, raining.
You longer?
I guess it was. I was just like, wow. But I've never been part of it. Well, no.
We had our different moments, just not that.
I did wait outside of a Walmart trying to get a laptop during Black Friday.
Yep.
I did that.
If there's something really important and you're like, I want to be first and get it over with. There was one time I waited out somewhere, had the lawn chair, had the umbrella. That was cool.
Yeah, I didn't end up getting my laptop from Walmart that year because everybody started running in and this elderly lady was getting knocked around and she almost like got stampeded. So I blocked her with my body and pushed her over to safety. And because I did that, I was like 3 minutes behind the people. And by the time I got there, all the tickets were gone. I saw the last 2 tickets for the laptop.
You chose a human being.
I did. I chose to save the elderly lady instead of getting my laptop. Turns out it wasn't a great laptop.
Hey,
wasn't no big deal.
In all honesty, you did the better thing.
Yeah, so I did the better thing. I ended up getting a better one later, so I guess that was my reward. Like, hey, since you did a good thing, I'm gonna do a good thing for you.
Yeah. If anyone's wondering what I'm eating, these are really good.
I found them at a well-stocked Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
It was the Country Time filled ropes. We love trying new things around here, and that was new. I was even in the store like, ooh.
It was funny too because like when you handed it to me, I was like, ooh, what's it? Ooh.
Oh yeah, we love trying the crazy snacks and all that other kind of stuff. And then people. They go on Amazon and buy the Asian snacks or like the Mexican snacks or things of that nature, foreign snacks.
Mm-hmm.
They got stores where you can go and just get it and not pay all that money, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
oh yeah, and then like even nowadays, I know at first when I first saw them come out, Pockies, it was just like the chocolate on the little stick. Those were really hard to find at first. I'd only ever see them on like vending machines or something like that, often like far off. Now,
everywhere.
Walmart has an authentic snack section where you can find Japanese snacks, Arabic snacks, Mexican snacks, all types of stuff. Especially like the whole Pockies and all that, they're everywhere. Especially any place where they're selling like any kind of Asian tea, boba, any like anime style cafe, you'll find Pockies.
Well, a lot of the different snacks that they you can only find where they say you can only find them on Amazon. They have them. Yeah, I in my travels
Where
of
do you think
that,
Amazon be getting them from?
yeah, DoorDash, I be finding a lot of stuff now. Like it's like wow, I'm shocked at all the stuff, and I be like, wow. So you order this off of Amazon, but I could just come right here and get this for $1?
Hmm.
Like whoa, yeah. So that's just a little hack that I'm giving you for free there, where you could you could just go to those grocery
Nice
store and
little
you can find
life
them on
trivia.
Google. Yeah, you search on your phone and it'll pop up.
This specific snack near me,
Yes,
and you'll find it.
and you'll find it. Yeah, so it's like, woo. Sorry, Amazon, if I'm knocking you out of some business, but
Oh no.
it was crazy. I was looking at the box and some of that stuff where you get two or three of them in that $30 box. It's because it came out of one bag that was $1. And you get 30 pieces for $30. Like,
What a
okay.
steal. Stealing your money. That's funny. We were talking about all these different businesses. Now watch me try to get a job from one of them. And they're like, you're not Box of Topics guy, right? No, we heard what you were saying about us. Get out of here. Guys, it was just a joke. It was a little jab.
It was just a little humor.
Well, I meant nothing by it. But, it's a nice little calm one.
Yeah, we're gonna have all our hot topics. Apparently our electronics are working against us. So we're gonna have all our little hot topics ready for the next episode.
I don't think we can like market that one. But yeah.
What's the next episode is gonna be episode
25.
25. Oh my
I know,
god.
we'll be a quarter years old.
Wow.
I remember when I was 25. I still am.
I remember when I was 25. That was like, I didn't know not years ago. Wow, that was so long.
That's so funny. Soon, this whole series will be older than me. Soon. But with that being said, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, stick around for the next one because we'll always be back.
All right, and for everybody that stopped in today, bada bing,
And
RKS Mutual.
thank you both for coming back. You wonderful
Yeah, thanks
people.
for coming back. And
Like,
then
yeah,
we
he
got.
showed up for a little bit.
Hey, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to scroll up so I can see who else.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's me, Kona,
Thank you for showing up.
AK-47.
That's a hilarious name.
Macon Hero? Nato?
Macon Hero Nada. Hold on, let me see. Okay, that's Macon Hero Nado? Macon Hero
Yeah, I'm
Nado.
terrible at pronouncing these names.
Well then, that sounds a little anime-like.
I know. That's the first thing I thought of. It was like,
Yeah.
ooh, that's an anime name. But yes, thanks for everybody for stopping in.
Watch that person come back. You ignorant. That's Arabic. I didn't know.
But
Also, if we do butcher names, do feel free to let us know so we'll be able to pronounce them better.
yeah,
later.
give us a pronunciation breakdown so we can. Because I have a name where nobody gets it right. So I trust me when I tell you. Oh, I like to get people's names right. Yeah, the mispronunciation. Ooh.
Like with my name, it's spelled different, so that's why everyone messes it up. But
Well, mine's people just throw random alphabets in my name that don't even belong. But
don't you love that?
Yeah,
But
gotta love it.
With that being said, we'll be back on the next one. Look forward to it.
And you did say like.
Yeah, we
subscribe,
said like, comment,
share,
subscribe, and share.
And I forget.
Oh, so do I.
One more time for the elderly.
Yeah. What is Shane the Bank? Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. I've been your host with Mama J, and this has been Box of Topics, because you never know what you're going to get.
Bye.
Till next time.